Car companies go crazy sometimes. Instead of building normal engines, they end up making machines with way too many parts, complicated systems, and more engineering than any car actually needed. And the funny part? Some engines were built so perfectly that even the mechanics complained. Let's look at the top 10 engines that were engineered way past normal. Number 10. Mazda 13 BREW Rotary RX-7FD. Let's start with one of Japan's craziest ideas, the Mazda 13 BREW rotary engine. Most engines have pistons, right? Yeah, this one said no thanks and decided to spin triangles instead. Two little rotors going nuts inside a peanut-shaped housing, screaming like a jet and sounding way too noisy for its size. Stock, it made about 276 horsepower, but tuners quickly found out it could handle way more boost, easily pushing double that. It revved up to 8K RPM, felt insanely smooth, and made every drive sound like a race. But let's be real, it burned oil like crazy, hated cold mornings, and needed rebuilds more often than your phone needs charging. Still, nothing drives like a rotary. It's weird, wild, and pure mechanical chaos in the best possible way. Number 9. Honda S2000 F20C. This is what happens when Honda's F1 obsession leaks into a roadster. The F20C was a 2.0-liter engine that screamed all the way to 9,000 RPM. No turbos, no tricks, just pure engineering insanity. It made 240 horsepower naturally aspirated, which was unheard of at the time. Inside, you had titanium valves, lightweight pistons, and VTEC that hit harder than most turbochargers. Every time you hit redline, it just keeps climbing higher and higher, like it never wants to stop. The F20C didn't just make power, it made music. And that's exactly what makes it one of the most over-engineered four-bangers ever built. Number 8. Toyota 1LR GUE LFA. If you've ever heard the Lexus LFA scream past, you know why this engine's here. The 1LR GUE is a 4.8-liter V10 that revs from idle to 9,000 RPM in just 0.6 seconds. That's faster than a tachometer can display it. The 1LR GUE V10 sat so far back it was almost mid-mounted, giving the car a perfect 48 to 52 weight distribution. The chassis? Full carbon fiber, developed in-house using a custom-built loom because no supplier could meet Lexus's precision standards. The transmission was a single-clutch automated manual, lightning fast for its time, capable of shifts in just 200 milliseconds. Only 500 LFAs were made, but this engine alone is enough to cement Toyota as one of the craziest perfectionists in the game. Number 7. BMW S70/2 McLaren F1. In the 90s, BMW built the S70/2 engine for McLaren's F1, a 6.1-liter naturally aspirated V12 that pushed out 618 horsepower without a single turbo or supercharger. Each of its 12 cylinders had its own throttle body, giving razor-sharp response and a sound unlike anything else. The engine used gold foil heat insulation to manage extreme temperatures and dry sump lubrication so it could sit low in the chassis for better handling. Every component was hand-assembled and balanced to perfection. The F1 paired this masterpiece with a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, manual 6-speed transmission, and a rear-wheel drive layout. It weighed just over 1,100 kilograms, giving it a power-to-weight ratio that shattered records. With a top speed of 240 miles per hour, it held the title of the world's fastest car for over a decade. Every detail, from the exhaust resonance to the air intake system, was engineered for precision. Number 6. Porsche Mezger Flat 6 911 GT1 and Turbo. This one's pure racing DNA. Hans Metzger, the genius behind Porsche's F1 and Le Mans programs, built an engine that just doesn't quit. The Metzger Flat 6 ran in the 911 GT1, 911 Turbo, and 996 GT3. All born from the same motorsport bloodline. It used the dry sump oiling system, forged titanium connecting rods, and a split crankcase design that kept it rock solid even under extreme pressure. The cooling setup was so advanced it looked like something pulled from an aircraft manual. Even at redline, it stayed smooth. No vibrations, no hiccups, just endless power. Tuners easily push it past 1,000 horsepower without touching the core internals. That's how overbuilt it was. The block was air-cooled, later paired with water-cooled heads, giving it the best of both worlds, old-school reliability and modern performance. But if you think Porsche went overboard, wait till you see what happens when Bugatti decides to play God with engine design. Number 5. Bugatti W16, Chiron and Veyron. This engine isn't just over-engineered, it's ridiculous. 8 liters, 16 cylinders, 4 turbochargers, 10 radiators. It's like an engineering flex that went too far and never came back. Each W16 engine takes over a week to assemble by hand. It makes 1,500 horsepower and has to cool itself with a literal maze of pipes and pumps. Even the fuel pumps are aerospace grade. It's so complex that Bugatti engineers once joked you could buy 3 Ferraris for the cost of its maintenance schedule. And they weren't wrong. This is what happens when engineers are told, make the impossible work. Number 4. Ferrari F136, Ferrari 458 and Maserati MC12. Ferrari's F136 V8 is one of the most beautiful mistakes ever made. It was loud, high-revving, and so finely tuned it felt alive. Hand-built in Maranello, this 4.5-liter V8 made 562 horsepower, naturally aspirated. No turbos needed. Each piston was balanced within a gram. The crankshaft was sculpted like jewelry, and it revved like an orchestra hitting a crescendo. But the cost? Insane. Ferrari basically lost money building these, but they didn't care. It was all about perfection. That's over-engineering at its most Italian form. Loud, passionate, and completely unnecessary. Number 3. BMW S85 V10 E60 M5. This thing is pure chaos. A 5.0-liter V10 derived from BMW's Formula One engine program dropped into a 4-door sedan. It revved to 8,250 revolutions per minute, made 500 horsepower, and sounded like a war cry. Inside, it had 10 throttle bodies, 10 individual coils, and a computer system so advanced it needed its own software engineer. But with that complexity came drama. Rod bearings, SMG transmission, constant overheating. Still, every time it hits redline, you forget all of it. Because nothing this insane should exist in a family car. Number 2. Mercedes-Benz M120 V12, CLK GTR, and S600. The M120 V12 was so overbuilt that even AMG had to calm it down for production. Originally made for Le Mans, this 6.9-liter monster found its way into luxury sedans and hypercars alike. In the CLK GTR, it made over 600 horsepower, and with tuning, it easily crossed 1,000. Titanium internals, dry sump lubrication, individual intakes, everything about it screamed excess. It's one of those engines that feels like it was never meant for humans. You start it and the whole car vibrates like it's angry at the road. But what if I told you there's one engine that makes all these look normal? An engine so extreme, even engineers questioned if it should exist. Number 1. Koenigsegg Jesko V8. This is it. Peak over-engineering. A 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that revs to 8,500 RPM and makes up to 1,600 horsepower on E85. It uses no flywheel, meaning the revs climb faster than your heartbeat. The engine weighs just 189 kilograms thanks to a flat plane crank and 3D-printed titanium components. It's controlled by a brain that adjusts each cylinder individually, real-time combustion tuning per cylinder. The result? One of the most responsive, violent, and beautifully engineered power plants in the world. Even Koenigsegg said it's the limit of what's mechanically possible, and we believe them. So yeah, some engines are built to last, but these, they were built to show off. Crazy tech, wild ideas, and zero limits. That's what makes them unforgettable. If you had fun with this one, hit that like button, drop your favorite engine in the comments, and subscribe. We've got way more madness coming your way.